Three things on championship preparation. Just a little bit of an outline that I want to try to tie into this talk together. First is training. The second part of the triad, I think, is confidence. And then the third part of this is just planning. And that's the artistry of it all, is bringing all those things together for a whole season and seeing if you can execute, trying to make all of those things work. And under the training umbrella, 5 things that I think just have to be considered for and planned for. What you do in the water, what you do for strength work, your rest and recovery, your sleep, which I view as differently than rest and recovery, and then just how you're finding out what the load is. And I just call it the neural load. And in the weight room, those coaches, if they're good, I think quantify the neural load. Good swimming coaches either intuitively do it or plan it out really well to know where their loads are and how intense those loads can be. So measuring is the key. If you're not aware of the volume of anything that you're doing, I think you're making a mistake. Find a way to measure it. Find a way to plan for it. Find a way to bring it into play in a way that's quantified. Confidence, this is the all-encompassing thing of the most important job you have, and that is making an athlete feel prepared to control their race and have a great performance. Now, under that umbrella, you have the belief in preparation. You have to believe in how to race your events and execute the strategy that you planned out. Ultimately, happiness is an all-encompassing term, but something that's pretty important. A happy athlete's a coachable athlete. A happy team is a fast team. And we can talk a little bit about what I think makes a happy team or a happy kid, happy athlete, and we'll get there. And then the team part of helping people be confident or helping your team be confident. And I really believe in a theme of selflessness and how to package the team approach so that things are framed in a way for group buy-in and things that are happening on a daily and weekly basis where people get to do those things together as a group in a selfless way, but in a way that's meaningful sacrifice. And then how the confidence gets imparted from the head coach to the assistant coach to the strength and conditioning coach, and probably really most powerfully through their peers. So all of those things come into play. And then the planning part of this, I can't tell you enough. Like if you don't have a plan, you'll never know when you go wrong and never know how to change it when you go back to look at it. So even a general plan is better than no plan. And the mindfulness of planning backward from your championship event to your starting point, I believe is probably the best way to look at it. So plan backwards from your championship event. What is that event for you guys and how do you pick that? Be flexible to change your plan as the season unfolds. Can there be no better example for that than this year, right? I mean, I've heard so many stories about people having to start or stop. People have had access to no facility. They've had to just do this with Peloton and running and dry land, swimming open water. All of those things have led people to change their plans. And then reading the room, right? Like, are people hungry? Are they beat down by the background noise? That's, I think, your indicator for when to change things and how to change things. I had a coach point out to me to make sure you're planning, if you need to, around an academic calendar. Make sure you're planning around anything that you can foresee. And then what are your reasons to change your plan? Sickness, injury, pandemic, all of those things, I think give a little thought to, whiteboard it out with your staff, but be prepared and know that changing your plan is not a problem. Just need to have a plan.